Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Hear me? Can anybody hear me? Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? Thank you, Zero Likeness. Letting me know you can hear me. Hey, 2300 Jackson Street is always home. I'm gonna name this video Ooh Child. Hell yeah, I'm still calling y'all lying black bitches. And I'm not gonna change. I'm not gonna change what I called them. They lying black bitches, okay? Hey, Vibrant. Honey, them women back there in that Discord, they are some lying, evil hoes. And I'm gonna keep going into Discord just to irritate them. Hey, Miss LA. Hey, hell, you mean? How you doing? How you doing? Yeah, I ain't changing my right is right and wrong is wrong. It's either you a lie or you are the truth. And it's been an issue going on. I think I went over it briefly a little bit the last time I was live, but like I said, I'm not Team Sour Patch and I'm not Team Cornbread and Two Peas and all them other ladies. But they told a lie. Like Sour Patch husband called us some black bitches. Now she Hispanic and they don't really like her, in the Discord, and they don't really like her on the YouTube. That ain't got nothing to do with me. She treat me nice, I treat her nice, say hi and bye. So that's the same way with Cornbread. I speak to them like I ain't your homie and I ain't your friend, and we don't call each other or text or anything like that. Well, being one day, she said that because they was just dragging Sour Patch, with that her and that big man stuff and all of that. So everybody was attacking her everywhere, which I wasn't helping her fight. She got to fight her own battle. So, honey, we was in Discord one night, and it was a good Discord. We wasn't arguing and wasn't no fighting and stuff. Now, I don't never argue back there. I be on mute, and I just sit there and listen to them getting into it. And we was having a really good time back there one night. Just girl talk. And, some of them drinking stuff when they be back there. And Sour Patch, she was drinking and stuff and having her good old time. And so when, I guess she walked in the bedroom where her man was at, and she said, "Hey, tell my bitches, hey." And he said, "Hey, bitches." And somebody said, "I know he didn't call us no bitch. Or me no bitch, one or the other." And Sour Patch said, "Oh no, he didn't mean no harm. He didn't mean no harm. And tell him you're sorry. Tell him you're sorry." And the man said, "I'm sorry." And we just kept right on with the conversation. We left that, Sour Patch left wherever she was at with that man. She went to wherever she talked freely, in the conversations. We just kept right on kicking it. Didn't nobody have no falling out because the man called us bitches or nothing. The man just say, "Hey, you bitches," or some shit like that. Well, honey, now that was over a month ago. Those ladies, a lot of the ladies that's in Discord, hate Sour Patch. I mean, they hate her with everything they have. Now, do you think you would have let that go of that if that man would have called us black bitches? I'm just being for real. If that man would have called us black bitches, that I would have been the first one coming out here hooping and hollering. You know, that's just as stupid. And it's been over a month ago. Now, all of a sudden, while Sour Patch getting skull grug all over YouTube, Ben's gonna get her black ass up there on the panel and say, "Oh, and did they tell you he called her man called us black bitches in the Discord?" And I was in the chat and I was saying, typing, "No, he didn't. He didn't say black bitches. He said bitches." And then he said he was sorry. He did not say black bitches. And we went back and forth on that. And so when Tracy went live, because I didn't want to cause a big kerfuffle, but when Tracy went live, she had me to come up there and we were just having girl talk and stuff. And so it came up about the black bitch situation. And I told her, Tracy, I said, that didn't happen. I said, I don't know why Beans jumped up there on that panel and said that men called us black bitches. It ain't came up while everything else come out of Discord. That would have been a scandal. That would have been a bullet to knock Sour Patch off the board. Well, and I just was expressing, I was saying, I just can't believe that about Beans. I say, and I'm disappointed in her. I say, but that don't matter. I say, but I used to have Beans back, but I wasn't gonna go out here and fight for her because she had to fight for herself. But she been in several scandals, but she able to maintain and keep them down. She's sneaky. She be lurking and texting and in separate discords and all that kind of shit. I ain't got time for that. Well, she's in a group of women that doing that. But if that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. But the problem I have, if I'm sitting up in a goddamn Discord and a situation like that come up and I don't come out and say it happened, I don't get it. And so they got into it. Well, let me bag up. Okay, so that kind of died down. But every once in a while, it still comes up. Now, this situation happened over a month ago, but Beans just bought it out. So we was all in Discord the other night. And, I mean, people just was coming in there, real fast. Because Ghetto and Rare Treasure was in there first. Like when Lemon went off, Ghetto was in there and Rare Treasure, and then I went in there. And we talked for a few minutes, and then people started just coming in. And so the ones that came in was Two Peas, cornbread, Chit Chat, what's her name? Let me get my note. Because I want to make sure I tell y'all who the people that was involved in this situation. Because them some raggedy hoes. Some raggedy low-down hoes. Okay, wait a minute. Because I think I'm just use this live to talk about this so I don't have to go into detail like this again. Because I want to tell y'all exactly what happened because it's so many versions about what happened in the Discord the other night. Okay. Let me see. I'm talking about the main characters. Let me get my thing up. And then I wanted just to go around and see what they were saying on the different panels that they was hitting. Sometimes it's good to just sit and listen. Don't run out and act fast and stuff. Just shut your mouth. Be patient. Let them hang themselves, okay? Trying to find that. Wait a minute. Beans, cornbread. Because they done bought it all over in the Mo 3 sector. The Mo 3 beef sector. Brenda got them over there. Brenda been having Cabbage Patch over there. And Chit Chat and the Lady K. But yeah, it's a group of them fools. They running a pack, like a pack of wolves. It don't take all that to be on YouTube. Let me see their names, cause I want to tell y'all exactly the ones that are acting on here, that are being boisterous and talking. Which like I told y'all before, I used to, they say, well, you don't, what we talk about in the Discord, don't bring it out on YouTube. But then I started hearing stuff coming out on YouTube. I'm about the only one that be in there that don't come bring that shit out here. Let me see. No, damn it. I wanted to get it right because I don't want to tell y'all the wrong thing. I ain't in no hurry because they ain't. I want y'all to, my people, to know exactly what happened. It was Chit Chat, Lady K, uh, two peas, beans and cornbread. Chit Chat. Okay, that's enough of them. Okay, but it's more. Beans. Um, it's a group of them, and all of them against Sour Patch. And I'm assuming they all against me since I bought it out about the man not calling us no black bitches. Okay, so y'all got the gist of who I was in there, but it was more people in the Discord. Because Ghetto was in there. It was just more people, but I'm talking about the people that's the main actors that's keeping a lot of shit going. And then my name get put in it, and I don't appreciate that. And don't be telling me I'm gonna tell you I'm lying when I ain't telling no me. And y'all know I ain't telling no damn lie. You know what I'm saying? You group of you. I don't care if 11 of y'all come against me. Lies are lies and truth is the truth. And so we was in, and they started that shit about the man calling us black bitches. Now I was on mute, and honey, I come off mute, and I cussed them hoes out like a dog. You hear me? I called them hoes everything you could think of, and I was telling, and then I called them black bitches, black Lyin bitches, and they was like, oh, "Hey, unapologetic and Mika," and they were like, oh, "I ain't never called you out your name, and I can't believe you said that." And I was saying, "Y'all are some lying black bitches." And I said, "I be sitting up in this motherfucker, and I don't never say nothing. I be staying on mute, and I sit up here and watch y'all clown. I watch y'all. I don't never jump in that shit. They be getting on Mika, and they be getting on Sour Patch. It's a group of them that gangs and jump on them. But I don't jump in. But Mika, they can handle themselves. You know, they don't need me. I don't know them no more than I know nobody else on here. I ain't got no side. I'm on the side of truth. Okay? So they'll start that black bitches. And when Mika them came in there, Mika and Sour Patch came in late. We have been in there I know about 2 hours because I act the goddamn fool. Okay? So like when Lemon, when the first wood started going in there, like I said, it was me, Ghetto, and the Red Treasure. And we was having small talk about different things. Because Red Treasure name came up in some stuff a couple of weeks ago about that man shit. But, Red Treasure said, "I just want to know what's going on." And I said, "Well, Red Treasure, I really ain't going to say nothing about that because I don't know a whole bunch about it." I say, then she asked Ghetto. And Ghetto briefly gave her what happened with her name being involved in it. Because, see, that ain't I ain't in that shit. And so when Lemon came in, we were just having small talk. And he said, "I'm hungry." He said, "I think I'm going to make me a chili dog." And so his picture was still up there, but he had left to go fix him some food to eat. And everything was fine. We were just chit-chatting, having a good time when he left to go fix his food. Well, when he come back, he heard just me cussing and screaming at them heifers, and they was screaming back at me and shit. It was on and popping. Do you hear me? And it was on and popping for about an hour and a half or two. I had to flow. And I was getting wore out, and I was happy to see Mika them coming that bitch. Y'all hear me? When I say Mika them coming, Mika them coming there, I was happy. But I was still fighting. So Mika started saying what she had to say, and of course they jumped on her. And Sour Patch, anytime she come in there, they jump on her. So I went back and I put on mute and I let them go. I was so tired. I was so tired of fighting them bitches. And so I was glad that so Mika and Sour Patch, they banging. And but for some reason their main focus was Sour Patch, not Mika, but they was in Mika every once in a while. But they were like some dogs, attacking. And so Sour Patch, she was fighting back the best she can, and they was going low with her, talking about her husband being a man and a convict, talking about she was on cocaine, talking about her being a hoe. Just they was throwing shit at her every way you could think of. Every guy and calling her a wetback and all kind of Mexican, racial stuff, and and she was just against the wild windmill. And then, what started this big row is Lady A was gonna say. She said that she come in there and she I just want to say, I think that he called us black bitches. Well, he called us black bitches. Well, I thought he called us black bitches, and she was going on and on. And so, hey, did he call us y'all black bitches? Yes, or did he call y'all black bitches? No. Well, I think he said, and this shit went on forever. And so Sour Patch got tired of this shit. And she was saying, you either gonna say yes or you gonna say no. You're not gonna give me the answer. And so I think and this and that. So then they got to fighting. And now Lady A, aka whatever her name is, she is not meek like she acting on here. Do you hear me? She acting like this, and I don't talk like that, and she talked about my daughter, and bitch, bitch, bitch. And so I've been just sitting up here watching this shit, and they everybody else talk about retarded kids over in the beef sector. Everybody else talk about autistic children in the beef sector. Do the beef sector come to their aid? What make this child so different than uppities and K-Fits? Okay, them special needs kids. But what about the kids that's normal? What difference is it than a kid that have special needs and the kids that don't have special needs? What's the damn difference? Why the damn outrage on this one child when they've always done it in the beef sector? This have not just started with this damn case. It's some bullshit. They some low down bitches. Like I said, on the other stuff we kept this with Sour Patch they saying she racist and this and that. I didn't hear it. I wasn't in them lives. I can't say if she said something, or I can't say if she didn't say something racial. But as far as I know, the Sour Patch I know, she treats me nice, and I treat her nice. She ain't never said nothing racial to me, but I've heard on these different panels that she be going on, they talk about her like a dog. They call her all out of every kind of racial thing you could think of to her, but she can't say nothing back at us. She can't say nappy hair. She can't say black. She, it's crazy. But if that's how they want to do their journey, that's on them. And like I say, I ain't team nobody. But I'm not gonna get on this bandwagon against that woman husband calling us black bitches and the man didn't do it. I'm not gonna be up sitting up silent and right is right and wrong is wrong. That's as plain as I can get it. And the story Cornbread going around here saying, like the night that man said bitches, she said we was into it all night long. She had been fighting. That's a lie. We had a good discord. We was getting along better than ever. And then after the man said the bitch thing, when Nika them be in there, if they don't even be saying nothing, just the idea of Mika and Sour Patch being in the Discord, they get attacked. If they say, "Hey, Lemon, bitch," it'd be like that, like some rabid dogs. And I'm being for real. And the same way they act out here on YouTube concerning Sour Patch, how they talk to that woman. Now Mika, they don't really fool with Mika. Mika gets their ass, she tear their ass up. But Sour Patch, and if Mika and Sour Patch be on a panel and shit, and them hoes in the chat, them hoes gonna hit that goddamn panel, and they gonna go off, and they like some wild dogs. Cornbread, and all of this, and all that kind of stuff. It don't take that. And the other night, she gonna tell Lemon to put me down so she could be up on the panel. And then I'll give you $100. Jared, just drop her in the back. And Lemon did it. And that motherfucker still ain't gave him that goddamn $100. And every time I see her somewhere, I'm going to say, bitch, when you going to pay Lemon that $100? She didn't want to be on the panel with me because she knew she was lying. And she need a mental hospital. And I don't believe she no nurse because she's too unhinged. She's not able to work because she's unhinged. She can't take their sight of Mika. I can be around people I don't like on YouTube. You don't say nothing to me, I don't say nothing to you. And another thing, Teresa, I'm just gonna tell you this. Now I don't know what the fuck wrong with J Don, but that motherfucker started fucking with me the other day over there at Envy's. I guess she don't want me to be over there because they like each other. Huh? That's one spot she can go to. But that motherfucker attacked me again. Anytime she come over there, Teresa Lyin, from now on, I'm going to bust her motherfucking head over there every time. Now, Teresa, I'm telling you the truth. It's not going to be no line. I ain't doing that no more. Now, I'm being for real. Because that bitch that left me alone, I left that bitch alone. And you stand down on this one. And I mean it. Don't you say nothing. And that's as plain as I can be about it. Okay, because she come up talking about I was telling a lie on her. Tracy didn't J Dunn have a public defender when she on them court papers? She did not have no paid attorney. And she took donations up saying for her her lawyer, when her and Bambi was going through that shit. But when she went to court, she had a public defender. Motherfucker. Now, like I said, like I didn't hear the YouTube sphere, I'm rock and rolling out there. And like I said, on bitches, like I did went through this shit with MU. I'm not going through this shit with no more bitches over there at your house. If I got to bang it everywhere else out in the street, I don't give a damn how you like them. If I come over there and they want to bang, you stand down and let us do it. I'm not going through that no more. At Treese and Lyin. Now, shit, I got lost. Hell, I just wanted to make sure I got to tell you that, cause like I said, that mechanical dick J done ride. I guess it done ran her crazy. Cause we hadn't messed with no. Yeah, you remember that? Yes, cause where she was asking for donation, and she was so. Yes. I'm not crazy. I remember, hey, like I said, there's one thing about me on here. I ain't drunk and I ain't high. I don't smoke no weed and I don't do no, I might take a sip every once in a while, but like for like drinking, like I used to could do, I don't do that. Y'all don't know me drunk on here. But I remember everything I see. And I remember everything I see. Because like I said, I went over there when I heard that she was asking for donations. I went over there to be nosy, so I wanted to go in the live to hear it. And I heard out her own motherfucking mouth that she was asking for donations. And then when she went to court or the paperwork went to court, she had a public goddamn defender. And I ain't changing it. Bitch ass hoe. I don't know what got up in her. And so the other day I was on Room Shakers. I'm gonna get back to the damn this bullshit about the lemon stuff. I'll get back to that, but I'm gonna say this here. Now we got into it at Envy's. She come out of nowhere because normally we sit up there and don't say shit to each other. Well, I was up there talking to Envy about this shit that Cornbread them lying about, and here she come out of nowhere. She love the crowd. She loved to be in the star of the show. And I just want to let you know, Polly, why you lie like I had a public defender? I didn't have no public. Say, yes, you did, your public defender. And then I had to start talking about that Trojan horse that she be pulling in out of that sex machine Trojan horse thing she got. So then you start dragging, I start dragging with that. I was calling her a deviant, a sexual deviant. I told her you got you one on YouTube that's got a revenge porn charge. You're a sexual deviant. And that's what I call her, a sexual deviant, because that's what she is. I ain't changing my mind. Now I'm getting off of it. Okay. Let me get back to what happened. Okay, so like we was back there, we was acting a fool, and like I said, Mika them they was into it, and then Sour Patch, her and Lady A was into it, and then all them other women started jumping on Sour Patch. And so I'm just sitting on mute and stuff, and this shit went on for hours and hours and hours. And Sour Patch fucked around and said something about the girl retarded daughter. I didn't know she had no retarded daughter. I ain't know nothing about no. I don't know nothing about that. That I was on mute already, and I was like, whoop, you know. I guess South Patch just didn't have nothing else to throw out there, cause they was dragging the hell out of her. They was calling her out her name. They was doing racial slur things on her. Um, just hurling shit all of them, you know. But South, like I said, South Patch, she ain't no punk. But then, Ghetto, when she started saying the stuff about the daughter, then Ghetto was saying, no, 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 South Patch, no. And South Patch, when you get on 10, you'll say anything. And South Patch turned to Ghetto and said, oh, you want some of this? Because you can get it. You want some of this? And he said, no, no. And she was saying, just shut up. And then she started back dragging. And then she said, oh, I'm sorry. I just want to say I'm sorry for saying that about your daughter. And, she apologized 1,000 times. And I mean, I got so tired of her apologizing. But I stayed there. And the woman, she accepted her apology. She lied like she didn't. But she did. And then, like, it went on so long that I just left him. I got out of that lab about 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock. It was an all-nighter. And another thing I want to say, the issue about them saying about the daughter. Now I'm talking about actual time in the Discord. The way the daughter stuff came up is that lady, we didn't know it, but I guess she was getting her daughter ready for school or whatever the fuck she was doing. And we didn't know that the girl could hear us cussing and I wasn't cussing who was all about in. Her and Sour Patch was into it. Now, why would you put the speaker phone on and you got a special needs child and you saying how upset the child was, and she heard that the voices raised and this and that, and while this was going on, when we found out her daughter could hear us, I was saying, yo, your daughter can hear this. I was shocked. And I was saying, why would you do that? Why would you have her where she can hear this shit? Do you hear me? It might have been around 3 or 4. I don't know. That I had been in the Lemon Lab. I've been ripping around on YouTube all day. Went to Lemon Lab. Stayed there, was over. It was bad off. I wasn't looking at no clock, but I'm just saying the times when you be in these lives, you don't be just looking at the clock. I got a clock on my damn computer, but I don't be looking at that. I really don't. But whatever time it was when the child came up, it was allegedly supposed to be the time you go to school. Whatever state that Lady A live in. Now, your funky ass been up on Lemons all night at Lemons. Then your funky ass went in the Discord. You were so into the conversation that you could not get off of YouTube. I mean, this Discord long enough to get your daughter off to school. It's not our fault that girl heard what we was talking about back in Discord. And like I said, it was a cussing Discord from the beginning to the motherfucking end. It was a cussing Discord. Now, let me tell you, I'm going to, okay, y'all know what happened in the Discord. That's the main gist of it. I'm breaking it down from my point of view because I was there. And like I said, when I found out that the little girl could hear us, I was telling lady, hey, she can hear us. And why are you doing that? I was talking like that. And then, Mika, wasn't we saying that? I was saying, why are you doing that? Now, did that have that come up? Like I said, she was so into the internet that she had her phone on speaker while she was getting her child ready for goddamn school. That's it, and that is fucking all. Okay, now we're going. I heard, I was moving around YouTube, and I was hearing that Cornbread had been over to Brenda's. Now this the next morning of the crazy Discord. Okay, now I ain't knowing nothing about Lemon and Cornbread talking, and we gonna keep this shit in the Discord, and don't nobody come out in with all this. I ain't knowing nothing about that. I'm just still moving around YouTube and going about my life. Okay. Well, I'm going in sequence of actual way this happened. So now she done called Lemon, which I didn't know. Then she went to Brenda's. And she was talking big shit about Lemon. She was saying all Lemon do is lie. Let me get the goddamn notes, okay? Because I'm walking you through Paulette way of doing it. I don't want to do it the other way these bitches doing it. I'm walking through the sequence. Because I heard it they was going over to Brenda's. Well, I waited a couple of days, and then I went to listen to what happened at Brenda's. And then plus I'm studying, hearing all this bullshit out in the YouTube land. Okay? And let me get to South. Now, another thing, I started to name this live because sometimes I change. I be making notes about what my name lives, and I see I got a note on here that I was gonna name the live a couple of days ago. I was gonna name it "If It Don't Make Sense, It's a Black Lie." That's what I was gonna name it. Okay. Now, Beans went to after she talked to Lemon. Now I'm doing a sequence. The last that Lemon and her talked, they said that they weren't going to bring this shit up. They wasn't going to bring it out on YouTube. Well, as soon as Beans got through with Lemon, she went to Brenda's. Somewhere around in there. Okay, when she went to Brenda's, she said that he called. Wait a minute. Okay, it was like 2 or 3 hours later after she talked to Lemon and told him about Sour Patch calling Lady A daughter retarded and other things, okay? Now, when she started talking and telling Brenda about the situation about the man allegedly calling us black bitches, she said that the man grabbed Sour Patch phone from her, like took her phone, called us black bitches, and all of that. Okay, and she said that she was tired that she went to Brenda's because every time like she get on panels or whatever, I don't know, but she gets attacked. You know, She said she be attacked everywhere. But she be doing the attacking. Or either she wants to be on the panel with when you can't be up there to defend yourself. She want to get up there and call you bitches like she did me and talk about kicking your ass, which she did me at Lemons. You know, she was talking that big shit over there that night. Well, she was saying, and I just want to be heard. And I'm tired of getting cussed out. I'm tired of being called a doxer. I'm just tired. I'm tired of people calling me a mole. I'm done with Lemon. I'm done with Lemon. I'm just tired of it. She talking about Sour Patch. She thinks I want Lemon. And why they hate me so much? And she say, and Lemon, you know, they keep talking about that $500. They keep talking that money, you know, but when he had that talent show, she said she was gonna give $1,000 to Lemon for the talent show and all of that. Big bucks, okay? She wants to be big bucks. She had told Lemon before she was gonna give him $5,000 for a lawyer when that Shakim shit come up when Shakim struck Lemon, which she didn't come up with no $5,000, and which she didn't come up with no $1,000 on the talent show, which she didn't come up with no $500. Now see, she changed the $500, but she said she was gonna get Lemon $1,000, just like that TSW lady did. She bought that up. And she said, and Sour Patch said that if I was any, you know, I should have bought him something for his birthday. I should have gave him some birthday money. No, that ain't how that conversation went. When Lemon was bidding about, you know, because she keeps a lot of stuff going, and he had got to his wits end with her one night in the Discord. He said that, you know, talking to Cornbread. He said, Cornbread, you know, you told me you was going to give me the money for the talent show and you didn't give it to me. You didn't call to wish me a happy birthday. You know, he was talking to her just like that. Okay? We supposed to be so cool, but you didn't even wish me a happy birthday. Okay, well, forward back to Brenda. Here's the excuse she had. She said, my son, his birthday, like it's the day before or something like that, uh, around when my birthday, and then another excuse was that, you know, my son's birthday and it's my son's death day, and you know, she was just going crazy talking. I didn't get it, okay? And I just had too much on my mind. My son is gone. Ain't nothing like seeing him born in that ground and they putting that dirt on for the last time. And I just couldn't help. I just didn't think about calling them. Okay? And she said that she tired of us like them bitches. She would call them bitches, which I ain't never said nothing about her giving Lemon no gift. She said them bitches been on her head since she didn't give him a birthday gift. And she said Tracy and Mika ain't. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. She said Tracy and Mika ain't finna tell her where she can go. And she said that Sour Patch forced her husband, or the man, I'm not going to say husband, which I heard a man voice when he called us, hey bitches. Well, she said that Sour Patch forced him to apologize. She did not force the man to apologize. She said to apologize for calling the ladies bitches. And he said, I'm sorry, I didn't mean no harm. Okay, but she's saying Brenda that she forced him to apologize to us. Now, if that man's so violent that he jerked her phone from her and was calling her black bitches, how could she have forced him to apologize to us? I'm just saying, make it make sense. And she said that she kept trying to gloss it over. She said, but it got out of control. The other lady that be in there is Buddha. They don't be in there all the time. Like Lady K and Buddha and Chit Chat, they don't be in the Discord all the time. But the way they come in there that night, I knew it was some shit. Okay? Because they don't be in there like that. And see, Lady K, her avatar had changed. And she had changed her name from Lady K to damn it, I can't think of it. I'll remember it in a minute. Because I'm going through these notes. But when Lady K, when I seen that avatar, I knew I hadn't seen it before. But I'm just saying I hadn't seen that avatar before. Now she could have been in there before when I wasn't in there. But that night that when her and Sour Patch got into it, that night when I seen that avatar and then the person started talking, I was like, "Who is that?" I didn't know who she was. I'm just being for real. But see, Lemon had thrown her out of Discord before because she kept so much shit going. Lady A was one of the ones that he had threw out before. And Cornbread have been thrown out several times. It's several of them. And then they'll crawl back in there and see. They crawl back in there that night. Or either they'll say, when I like when they log in the Discord, they say when they see who all in there, if certain ones in there, which is gonna be Mika and Sour Patch, because see, I ain't into it with none of the bitches. But like when they would see Mika and Sour Patch in there, they would leave. They would go back out so we would never see them. Because you have to join. And Beans has said that one night that we don't come in there when we see certain people in there. And so like lately the Discord's been going smooth. It hadn't been no cussing and fighting and all of that kind of shit. We just sit back there and have a nice conversation. But like I say, when Cornbread them come in there and Beans them, they put little sly remarks in the chat, which I don't even chat. I just, when I first go in, I'll say, "Hey, ladies." I'll say, "Ooh, child, hey, everybody." And that's for us chatting. That's all I do. Now, sometimes I'll peek over there and stuff, and sometimes it come up on my screen what people are saying, but I don't even fool around with that, And I don't know why like I said, a lot of this stuff that Shakim is showing out here on YouTube, that is not from Discord. He's making up goddamn receipts on some shit. Now, them pictures of Brianna them, that was back there. Now, I'm just being for real. Like in the part you chat in, I seen Brianna picture in there. I seen several people pictures in there. But to me, that ain't doxing because they have that shit on YouTube. I think the people just getting the stuff from YouTube, banging it Discord and put it in that chat. That's the way I feel. Now, Lemon, he can't control what we put in there. Because we can put stuff in there. And like I said, that ain't doxing. But it might be for some people, okay? Now, as far as Mika go, I don't know anything about her. I just know that them ladies don't like her and they be into it. Now, Mika have said that she have doxed before. She said that. Now, as far as Paulette seeing Mika dox, I have not seen her dox. I'm not going to say I have when I haven't. I'm not going to tell no lie. I've been saying that all along. Now, then I heard about they have had their own discourse, like Mika have a Discord. Beans them got them a Discord somewhere. It's several of them, like offshoots of Lemon Discord. But them offshoots are just like people having different pages on YouTube. I just break it down like that, okay? Now, see, I'm not in none of that. I don't go into them places, you know. So if they doxing over there, and why I couldn't see it because I don't go over there. But I've never seen Mika dox. But I've heard her say she dox. I guess she dox when she want to. Like Tracy used to dox, and like sometimes she say, I'm about ready to dox again. I'm trying everything I can not to dox. That's what Tracy say. Tracy ain't doxed in forever. But sometimes, like I said, everybody know Tracy a dox. So Mika, like I said, that's how come I know she doxed because she said she did. But as far as me seeing her do it, I ain't never seen her do it. I ain't gonna tell that lie. And Cornbread keep coming out on YouTube out of the Discord and saying that there's been doxing going on in the Discord, that Mika's doxing in Lemon's Discord. I've never seen Mika doxing in Lemon Discord. I said that 1,000 times. Like I said, I'm putting this just down in plain English. Okay? So, I almost got ahead of myself. Let me see what else she said. And she said it was talking about being called a mole over there at Brenda's. She talked about being, called a doxer. A hit dog a holler. And I've been saying on my lives, I know who the doxers are. And I was saying, there's more, now mole. I said, I know who the moles are. There's more than one mole in Lemon Discord. I've been saying that. But I ain't said no name. Okay? And then when they be acting a fool over there, they done clown in Discord, and they might clown over on Lemons, I be putting in the chat. I know who the moles are. And I put an S on it. The moles. And you know what they will do? They will fall out the sky into the chat. I did it over and over again. Okay? Bitches, y'all are so damn dumb. You should have stayed up in the cloud. Because every time I put something about a goddamn mole in Lemon chat, y'all fall out the sky. Y'all can't stay up there. Y'all amateurs, honey. And see, that be eating them up. And so, Cornbread be saying, I'm tired of being called a mole. She was saying that over there at Brenda's. Okay? The mole, that mole, she just couldn't sit still no more. That mole had to come out and tell on herself. And she was saying, wait a minute. And she said the Lemon can't keep shit. Did he come out here and he kept every goddamn thing? He can't keep his goddamn mouth shut. And she said, Lemon is the mole. She said that Lemon was the mole. She said that about 10 times over there at Brenda's, y'all. And then she was saying, leave me alone. I want to be left for damn long. Don't contact me. Bitch, I can't contact you. I don't contact nobody on here. You ain't talking to me. Who you talking to? Sour Patch ain't contacting you. Mika ain't contacting you. Who's contacting you? I'm for real. Why are you so bad? Who contacting you? You the one contacted Lemon. And like when it exploded at Lemons the other night, like I said, if that man would have called us black bitches, now you be sneaking and telling Lemon everything else, You talk to him about Mika making a live with a mole or something and a thumbnail and all of that kind of shit. Now you gonna take something that ignorant and worry Lemon with it, and then Lemon got to come out here. Mika, uh, uh, all that kind of shit. Got him looking like a goddamn ass over Mika on live. If Mika want to drag cornbread every day, she can do it. Lemon cannot control her. You a goddamn fool. I'm just breaking it down in plain ass English. And then I cheered on drug Lemon and said he can't hold shit and that he lied, and she said all kind of shit, honey. Then she gonna say, I would never talk about Lemon. I would never talk bad about him. And she said, Tracy don't like Sour Patch. And and she was saying, and she didn't like Lemon like sexually or nothing like that. She said, I don't like him like that. And she said, I gave him my mind stick back. And she said that Sour Patch is just gonna bring everything down. She gonna ruin his YouTube page. She gonna ruin his YouTube ships, and she's gonna make him ruin the Discord. Sour Patch doing all this stuff. Now, when she doing all that shit, I don't know. And she said that, and then she started giving Rick Reed kudos for figuring Sour Patch out and this and that. I think that Rick Reed and Sour Patch still gonna be cool. He was disappointed because like to me, he was like being some form of a mentor to Sour Patch, and that like when they would talk, when he would give her advice on what to do and what not to do about certain situations out here, they would have an agreement, and then Sour Patch would bring her ass straight on YouTube and talk about it. She do the opposite. And he got tired, and he told her he was through with her and all that, but he ain't through with Sour Patch. He likes Sour Patch. Okay? But she won't, she was giving Rick Reed's kudos, big kudos up, for if we quit fooling with Sour Patch and all of this. Okay? Now that's it for that. Now that's how Sour Patch now did. After she told Lemon, don't bring this shit out on YouTube, that's what she did at Brenda's. Okay? All right. Then I went to Lady A's when she was going to Brenda's the next day. That Lady K, not Lady A, because it is a Lady A, but over in the Mo 3 set. But this lady that's in this situation with the handicap, the special needs child, is Lady K. Okay, now let me see. Lady K said that you can't talk to Lemon, and she said, I've dealt with drunks. They be getting things wrong all the time. And she said that she called the Lady Kate called Chit Chat, and she was very upset. And she said she put her husband on the phone, and it was all kind of shit she was saying. I don't understand none of that, because I don't know why these husbands are having so much to do with these things. But like, as far as I know, that man didn't come. Lady K husband did not come onto the Discord that night I was in there when Sour Patch talked about the child. But the husband, when I heard things out in the street about him supposed to be upset and him gonna do this and him gonna do that. I don't know nothing about that, but I'm just telling y'all what I heard out in the streets. Okay, so when I went over to Brenda's, Lady K mentioned about her husband being upset about We'll get to that later on because I'm going in order on what she said over there at Brenda's. Okay. And she said that another reason that she was upset is because Sour Patch was upset with her is because she wouldn't say what Sour Patch wanted concerning her husband calling us bitches, us black bitches. And like I said, Lady K never did. She was saying, well, yeah, well, now I think he did. He might have called us black. Well, she was doing all that stuff in the, that's how she doing it out here on YouTube. If you just listen to her, she was doing that over at Brenda's. She didn't just come out and say, yeah, the man called us black bitches. Like if you the truth is the truth. Ain't no think. And I recall it ain't that. Either the man said it or either the man didn't. And while you was at Brenda's, ma'am, you didn't ever say that the man actually called us black bitches. You said you think, and he might have. And that's the same thing you were saying in that Discord that night. And that's why Sour Patch got upset with you. And that's how come all this shit going on now. Okay? Because you wouldn't say, yes, he did, or no, he didn't. Or if you did, say, yeah, I think he did, or yeah, he did, and did, but I don't know, I think he did. We never got a clear answer. And we still not getting a clear answer now. When you get up on these panels, you're saying you think he might have, or you think that he did, but either the man did or the man didn't. All this shit wouldn't be going on. You could say, well, yeah, he did. Well, then I'll be saying, Paulette would tell you, no, the man didn't say it. Just like Sour Patch would tell you, no, the man didn't say it. You can't take us disagreeing with you about what we know. And Beans and Cornbread started saying I wasn't in there, that I wasn't there that night. And that makes me upset. That pisses me off, and I'm going to stay pissed off until she stopped. She shut the fuck up. I was there. And it wasn't no, that night that happened, it was a good Discord. I ain't lying. A good Discord. It wasn't none of that cat fighting and shit that be going on in there. And like I said, I don't never cat fight in there. I be on mute. We talking about nice things. I might say something every once in a while, and I might not. I'm normally on mute. But I wasn't finna sit up in there the other night and listen to that bullshit. Now after I done got into it out here on YouTube saying that the man didn't say we black bitches, I'd be damned if I'm gonna listen to that shit in Discord. That's why I went off, and that's why I'm calling y'all the lying black bitches. I can't get no plainer than that. And I told y'all, every time if I be anywhere and y'all start that bullshit, I'm going to hit the goddamn panel and I'm going to tell y'all some lying black bitches. And I hope Sour Patch get up there and start telling y'all some lying black bitches. Quit lying on my husband or quit lying on my man. And my husband or my man didn't snatch my motherfucking phone. She need to start talking just like that, just plain. Okay, because that man did not, they wasn't into it. She didn't have to beg him to apologize. It was not like that. She said, tell them you're sorry for calling them bitches. And the man said, I'm bad, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And we continued the discord. Now, why this shit done spiraled out of control with the handicapped daughter and all this, and child, we gonna get to the bump in the head. Do you hear me? I didn't know he had a head injury, but we finna get to the head injury, okay? Okay. And another thing, she's so meek and all of this here. And I made little notes. And I never raised my voice to her. And I don't do that. I don't do all that cussing and stuff. And I don't know why she was yelling and then she was calling my daughter retarded and they don't use the retarded word anymore. They only use that when you're on death row or when you got life in prison and you're trying to get your sentence something done to your sentence. That's the only way they use retarded. But it's like in the real world, they don't use that. They only use that when you on death row or when you got life and trying to get out of prison. I ain't never heard that before in my goddamn life, okay? And then another thing that I'm just telling you is now it's not proper to call them retarded, okay? You'll say mentally handicapped and things like that. Grammar change. But some people gonna still call them retarded, no matter the word is still in the dictionary, is not out of the dictionary. You cannot go to jail or get no ticket for calling somebody retarded. People do it every day. But to be correct in the American society, you're supposed to call them mentally disabled. And see, I used to work at a facility, a huge facility, where they had all kind of mentally handicapped people, from people that were like invalids that never could do anything for themselves, all the way up to people that worked, that would go off the grounds and had jobs. I had jobs on ground. Okay, I worked. The place I used to work at had its own hospital and infirmaries and all that kind of shit. And it used to be called. They used to call the people retarded. It wasn't no mentally handicapped or special need. Them words that was not out then. But times have changed. So, that you have to change with the time. But back in the day, it wasn't nothing to call a person retarded. And like I say, it's still in the dictionary. And as far as I know, ain't no law against it. Okay? Now, South Patch did say something about her retarded child. She did do that. She called the girl retarded. And like I was shocked when she did it, but I stayed on mute. Okay. And like I said, I put in here a note. So Lady K, you just gonna sit there and let Sour Patch cuss you out, and you never did come back at her with nothing? Y'all, they was calling Sour Patch crackheads. They were calling her whores. They was calling her all kind of Hispanic stuff, wetbags, motherfuckers, bitches. Like I said, she was getting it from several ladies. But then when Cornbread come out here on YouTube, she's getting attacked. She says she's being attacked. But now they're the aggressors every time. And if y'all just sit and look at when Sour Patch be on a panel and they be up there and Mika, just sit and watch how they be treated. They don't never pass the first blow. But when they get hit, they hit back. And I don't blame them. And if they go low, go lower. And that's just what Sour Patch is. How many bad names you gonna let them call your man? I ain't gonna say husband because I don't know if the girl married. I don't know if she ain't. Sometimes she say she is. Sometimes she say she ain't. Okay, I'm just say her man. But how many things you gonna let these women call your man? You gonna grab them where it hurt. You gonna grab them between the legs and pull as hard as you can. That'll hurt a man or a woman. Okay. And she said that this is what she was saying. She said it was 7:30 in the morning. And she said she was getting her daughter ready for school. And she said out of nowhere, she said the TMO was being messy. I guess I don't know. For some reason, Miss O name came up. The woman was everywhere, and she said that her daughter can hear. You know that her mother was upset. Whoever she was conversating with on her earpod. So I guess the lady, which listen, your daughter can see you upset, but you trying to get her ready for school. You know, and she understands things and she can see when her mama upset. That's what this lady's saying. Okay, wait a minute. And she said that she was grateful that the ladies in Discord have, not judging her or her daughter, her judging her for having a special needs child or judging her daughter. They've always been nice. And she said that she had took her earbud out of her ear. Now, I'm asking you guys, when you have those earbuds in, do they do when okay, if you got them in your ear, when you take them out, can the people that's not can people hear that? Like if you took it out in this room and put it on the table, could people still hear it? I'm just asking y'all, I don't know. Cause see the story gonna change even more when we go to envies. I'm going step by step. And after the envy lab, I'm not listening to no more of this shit. I don't want to keep hearing. Okay, so there should be a switch that you could turn it out. Okay, now this is what she said in when she went to Brenda's. Because the story's gonna change even more at these other panels. She said that, she was getting her child ready for school. She took it out of her ear and put it down. And the daughter heard what we were saying. I don't understand it, but this is what she say happened. And she said that and she said, I was getting my daughter ready with her bows. I was putting up, her bows and stuff. And she said, when she bent down to get her daughter's shoe off the floor, she bumped her head. And then she said she was on speaker phone. So when you have the ear pod in, I'm just saying what she said, okay? When you put your ear thing down, how do it get on speaker? Y'all have to tell me. I don't know. Do you have to push a button? Do you have to unplug something? What do you do? I don't know about this. I'm just telling you that the story she told over there at Brenda's. This is the first place she stopped. So I don't know. I don't know about them earbuds. I don't have that. Last night in the chat, she said the daughter took the earbud out of her ear and put it in hers. Girl, you would have to hit a button in order for that to switch from one mode to another. Okay, now I thought that because I know I have a headset. Now, when I have my headset plugged in, I hear through the headset. Now, I can lay my headset down and be going and doing things in the house. I can't hear what's going on YouTube. I have to put my headset back on my head. Okay, and to hear it, out of my laptop. I have to unplug the headset from the computer, and then I can hear. And that's why I say I don't know about the ear thing because I don't have that. I can only tell you about my experience. Okay, so she said to, that she was on speakerphone then, okay, because she took her earpod out, and then okay, so it was on speaker so the child could hear it. So I don't know how that works. Okay, I'm just telling you what she said. She said when she hit her head getting her shoes, she was on speakerphone. And then she started talking about how Sour Pat was calling her whores and all that kind of stuff. And I guess that's when the daughter heard the retarded stuff. I don't know. But I don't know. I'm not going to try to figure that out. Okay. And she said that and this is a note I put on there here. I put on here, Lady K, I'm not going to fight for your daughter. I'm not going to fight for anybody's child on here. I have two of my own. I have two granddaughters of my own. I have a great granddaughter, and I have a great great granddaughter, and I got one that's gonna be here within the next 5 weeks. Them the only ones I'm worried about. My hands are full. That's why I don't bring that shit on here, my family shit on here on YouTube and tell you guys a whole lot about myself. Cause I hate to have to hurt somebody about mine. I'm too busy protecting mine than to have to protect yours. And then get out here and fight and all this shit. I'm not gonna do it. And like I said, ain't nobody out here fighting for uppity, even though I don't fool with uppity. They have talked about her child from her head to her toe. They talk about her physical appearance. They talk about how she act out, the noises she make. They talk about how the girl dress, how her mother dressed her. They talk about her nappy hair. They talk about her eyes. Now, have anybody come to uppity age like they come in Miss Lady A? I find it highly offensive that they making a big deal out of what make Lady A child so special. Why is she more special than K Fit dog son? Why is she more special than uppity child? And them two kids got autism just like Lady A's do. What's the difference? Why we got the pitchforks and the fire out? I don't get it. I'm just these are the fakest fucks on here I've ever seen in my life. And I don't care if they don't never like me. They can say I'm protecting Sour Patch. They can say whatever they want to say. I'm on the side of right. I don't like people to drag kids, but they do it every day, and they've been doing it for years over here. And I look like a motherfucking fool if every time they say something about a kid, I jump out here and I'm not gonna do it. I don't have the energy. But the very ones that's up here fighting so hard for Lady K's child, They need to fight for all the rest of these goddamn kids on YouTube. I don't see no. It don't make no goddamn sense. And to me, you abuse your child, Lady K, because you didn't take the time to get off of YouTube. I mean Discord to get your baby ready for school. You put that goddamn phone on. You put it on speaker phone, just like you said over there. It was on speaker, and got your child ready for school, and she was listening to all that filthy ass language. And I asked you, I said, your daughter, she can hear us. I said that in that Discord. But y'all never have come out with that. Why come that part didn't come out here on YouTube? Beans and cornbread. 2 peas. Why y'all didn't say that? I want to know why. But I'm not going to fight for your child. If you don't care no more about her to let her hear this bad language, I don't care no more about her either. But you could have had the courtesy to say, hey, I got my phone on speakerphone to get my daughter ready for school. You didn't have the courtesy to do that. You could have at least done that. You know how we was talking in there that night. It was bad language used that whole fucking Discord. It calmed down at the end. Like when I left that Discord that morning, it was talking like this. It wasn't the hollering and stuff we had been doing for all them hours. I stayed there as long as I could, and things had settled all the way down. Okay? And I mean, I was there as people was leaving the Discord. Some people said they was leaving and some people didn't. The later it got, the more people was leaving. But I was one of the last people there. Now they say Rare Treasure came back, but see, I don't think I was there when she came back. I was there when she left. And she was in Discord before I got there that night. She was there and Ghetto was there, then I went in. And then we was in there for hours, and Rare Treasure finally said, hey, I can't take it no more. I'm getting ready to go to bed. And Mika, she's, she throwed her deuces up, and she, hey, I'll holler at y'all. It was like that. People was doing that, gradually going out. But I'm thinking the reason that Cornbread, when she called Lemon and told him to watch Ghetto and Paulette, is because we were still in there. We was like the last soldier standing, I believe. And that's why she talked against us to Lemon. I'm just doing it baby step, because all this shit they doing out here on YouTube, I don't know nothing about that. That's Japanese to me. This is plain as I can get it. Cornbread, why did you talk against Ghetto and me? What did I do to you except disagree with you about the black bitch thing for you to go to Lemon and tell him, I can't control what, I don't know if you could control what Paulette and Ghetto say. Why he got to control what we say? Lemon can't tell me what to do. I've told him that. He ain't never tried to tell me what to do. He ain't never tried to stop me from doing nothing. You didn't want the truth to come out. You wanted him to turn against Ghetto and me for some reason, to silence us, I guess, like he our daddy. It shouldn't be that. YouTube shouldn't be this hard. Ghetto, of course, shouldn't be this hard. YouTube easy. You say you married, I don't believe it. You too tied up into the internet, because you're doing Discord, you're doing YouTube. and they don't tell them what other sites you own. And plus, you were doing a lot of phone calls and texting, and you worrying about lemon constantly. And you need to find you some business. And I don't believe you no nurse because you are unhinged. You cannot. I don't believe you a nurse. Because if you two got your head fucked up like this, I know trying to give people medications and all them different attitudes the patients have. You are insane, and you showing everybody you insane on YouTube because it ain't that serious. Let me see. And then she said that they got drugged the next night in Discord. You know, that's what Lady A said. That they drug, you know, Sal Patch was in there, and other people like me, I guess, and I don't know who else. But she allegedly she got drugged, and she didn't get drugged. I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. I'm puzzled. But see, you just adding on to the lies. And she said that now I don't know if Sal Patch did this, but she's supposed to call somebody nappyhead out there in the, you know, on live before out moving around YouTube. And she said that the only people that called like people nappy headed, like black people, is their mama. Now you would that's the biggest lie ever told. People kept, I'm just talking about the black race. People that say you're nappy headed in a minute. And it don't be just my mom didn't never call me nappy headed. Never. But you know, sometimes we would see people and say, ooh, she got a nap hair. Or either when people be arguing, little young girls, you nappy headed hoe and all that kind of stuff. So I guess Sal Patch called somebody nappy headed. I don't know. But like I said, your mama, Lady K, your mama might have called you nappy headed. But my mama never did call me nappy headed because my mama kept my hair pressed on it. I didn't never have naps. I went to the beauty shop and got my hair pressed. So I don't know where that shit come from. Let me see what else. And see now this is another thing she getting to Sour Patch husband again. And this is what she said at Brenda's. She say, I think he apologized. Now you see that? That's the same kind of shit she was talking in the Discord that night. Did she think? I don't know. She might. Oh, he might have. She was doing that kind of shit. Now she over there at Brenda's supposed to be clearing up everything. You know, telling exactly what happened with her daughter, exactly what happened with uh uh Beans. I mean, Sour Patch husband. But she sit there and told Brenda, I think he apologized. Just like she was saying in the Discord. Because the ones that was saying, yeah, he said it, them the bitches I was cussing out and calling black bitches, okay? I was calling them black ass, lying ass bitches. And I'm going to continue to call them that. And then she said that later on, see, I didn't know that Beans had left the Discord. And I know Rare Treasure, I remember her leaving. But like I said, people started leaving. And she said that Beans had left and came back. So Beans, like when I finally left out of Discord, I know Ghetto was in there, and I know that Sour Patch was in there, and I know that Two Piece was in there. But see, from the conversation that she had with Brenda, Rare Treasure came back into the Discord, and Cornbread came back in there. Okay? So Cornbread must have came back in there while I was still there for her to know, for her to try to run the lemon and cut it off at the trail and say they don't listen to nothing that me and me and Ghetto say. It's something like that. And so Ghetto now, when I was there, Ghetto did tell her she needed to apologize to uh, Lady K for saying something about her daughter. He did say that, but that's after everything had calmed down. That's after you know, uh, Cabbage, Sour Patch had calmed down because earlier in the live, you remember I told you she asked Ghetto, and he came in and said, "Oh no, no, that's when she say you want some of this, because you can get some too." But see, that's when she was really up there. Her temperature was up, anger level up. When she was in attack mode. But see, this is it calmed down. Then Ghetto talked to her and said, "You need to apologize," and she did. And then I left because I was so sleepy, so I was so tired of that shit. But I left when that happened. I was there, but after I left, I don't know what happened, so I'm not gonna speak on that. Now, do you think that was y'all got this gist of it? Now, she said that she called the school because she said that her daughter started whistling and stuff when she was getting her ready for school. And she said that when they walked out the door, I put a crown on her head. Now, you put bows and a crown on her head because you put the bows on her head in the bedroom. And then I put her crown on. And I watched her get on the bus. Y'all hear me? And then she said that when Sour Patch apologized to her, she said, okay. Now, if you say okay, if I say, hey, I'm sorry I said those things, and if you say, oh, okay, she said okay. So I don't, she said she didn't accept the apology. She just said okay. And she said when her daughter get I guess it's too stimulated, that she whistles. She started whistling, and the little girl had started doing that. Now, some people saying that this child is grown. Some people saying the child is a younger child. I don't know, because like I said, I didn't know the woman had no kids. I don't be in these people business on here. And then they said that we had agreed not to say anything concerning this. I hadn't agreed to anything because it wasn't nothing to agree to. Because they're saying that we agreed not to bring this out on YouTube. I didn't agree to that. I don't know nothing about that. Okay? I know, now I'm just saying for Paulette. Paulette did not agree to that. But Paulette was keeping her word by not bringing things on YouTube like I have. Like what we discussed in Discord. I don't bring them women business out here. But I don't never tell them none of my business. But sometimes people get upset and they be going through things and they be talking about health issues and this and that and that and this. Okay? I don't do that. Because I don't trust none of these folks on here. But some of these folks, they tell all their business. And then get mad when you throw it up in their face. Girl. And then another thing. Okay, now Lady K, she changed her name to, I can't think of what she changed to, but she changed her name. And she said the reason that her name was changed, because Lemon throwed her out of Discord. And they say some kind of way when you try to get back into Discord, you can't come back in there under your old name. Now, I don't know nothing about that. Now, I'm going to just tell you, on my journey on YouTube, people, when they change their name, I ain't studying it. I ain't going to be trying to keep up all these folks, the places I go, when they change their name, you just change your name. I might never get to talk to you again. You know, unless it's somebody regular that I talk to, like Teresa changed her name, I would remember. Teresa didn't change her name. I don't know why she changed her name, but she decided to change her name. But like when she changed her channel names to Teresa Living My Drew, to all of that, to Teresa number 1, 2, through 50, 11, I don't remember the numbers. I just call her Teresa. Before it's all that other shit, I ain't got none. Me can't be bothered, you know. And so that's what it is with that Lady K lady. Um, I don't know her under her. Well, I'm just gonna put it like this: I don't give a fuck. But a lot of people didn't know her at that new name she got now. A lot of people didn't know her as that. I don't know her as Lady K, and I don't know her as the other one. So it don't matter to me. But I'm just saying, she been creeping her ass around here under that new name. She using it in Discord, and she done bought it out here on YouTube. And it is what it is. You know. So I don't know what the fuck going on in her mind. And I don't give a damn. Okay? Let me see. Okay. Now Benz. Okay, now she said that when some shit go on, she said that Sour Patch got Mika on her side, Lolo, Tracy. They show up for Sour Patch. And she said that the people that shows up for her is Benz, 2Ps, Buddha, that's the woman name, Chit Chat, and Cornbread, Beans and Cornbread. I don't show up for nobody. I just be in the lives. It ain't that serious. But Tracy don't fight for Sour Patch. Tracy likes Sour Patch. But Tracy have to let you know about her part. She ain't got no part. Sour Patch another person. But hopefully Tracy will address that. Since it seemed to be an issue with Cornbread, and I see it's an issue with Lady K. They think that we own Sour Patch side. And Beans and Cornbread think we on the. I ain't got no side. I don't know them ladies. It ain't that serious to me. And I told you that when Benz was jumping in on the fight, like back at the Discord, when everybody was jumping on Sour Patch and Mika, when they was fighting, Benz was fighting with them. Okay, she was saying bad things, crazy shit to Sour Patch. She was telling her about how big. She had a whole bunch of dildos, various sizes, which one she want. She was telling her, Benz was saying that her woman got a big wet pussy. She was also saying that Sour Patch wanted to suck her dildo. She was saying all that kind of stuff. Benz ain't the quiet Benz. When Benz won't act the fool, that's the kind of talk she do. I never heard her talk like that, but she talks like that, okay? And that's why I made it a point when I was on Lemon Channel that night to say what Benz was saying to Sour Patch. She was talking about how big her woman pussy was, how wet it was, and that I got all these dildos. Which one you want, what size you want, and you want to suck on my dildo. Now she was hearing all that shit while she was. Now that's the fight that Benz was doing on her. Cornbread was putting a fight out about the drugs and your husband ain't shit. He a felon. And all that. And they were just hurling. All the women was hurling different stuff at Sour Patch. And like I said, they had bagged off Mika, but the main target of their attack in that Discord was Sour Patch. And I think that, like I said, I think the reason that Sour Patch said something about the girl, because she couldn't think of nothing else to say. They was going low, so she went low. And ain't nothing fair about fighting, you know. And she said that she don't bring things out of Discord. And then beans and beans and cornbread about this shit to YouTube. Cause like I said, they bought the black bitch thing. Beans bought that out on YouTube, about a week ago, which that came out of nowhere. I was shocked when Beans got up there and said that. About that woman, her husband calling us black bitches. And I was like, what? He didn't do that. And I just don't know. Okay, now we're getting over to Grish. We're going over to Envy's, okay? And I had hit Envy's panel because the live had been going on for his live. They discussed this whole live over there. And different people was getting up there, chit chat and different ones, okay? People that was in the Discord. Well, see, I got up there because I missed the first of the live. I missed the first couple of hours of Envy live. But I'm hearing them, they was acting like Sour Patch was the biggest devil that ever walked YouTube, okay? And then Chit Chat was up there. And I just can't believe how she talked about what the awful, horrible things that she was saying about Lady A's child. It was just horrible. It was disgusting. People, they be putting it in the chat. They was talking. I was just saying, what the fuck is going on? And I mean, crazy. I mean, crazy Bill. And Envy ain't making it no better. Oh, I just can't believe that. I can't. Do we need to cancel Sour Patch? What can we do to rectify this? And I'm sitting there. I was in the clouds listening, and then I fell in the chat. And so I hit the link, and I say, Envy, what makes this child so much special than the other ladies? I said the same thing I'm saying tonight. What makes this baby so different than all the rest of these post kids on YouTube? Why is it the end of the world? Because Sour Patch called that girl retarded. And some other stuff. We've heard everything else on kids out here on YouTube. They ain't made a big old rigmarole out of it. I was talking just like this. Oh, in the chat, honey, they was that's disgusting. She's oh, it was a mess, but I stayed strong and kept saying the man didn't call us no black bitches. Envy, do you think I would let them call me a black bitch and I not come out here on YouTube and tell it? And Malik, he came up there and he said, that's what I'm saying. I've been saying that. He said, I don't listen to all these chats and listening to what they saying. And he said, that's what I was saying when she was talking on Brenda's. And he was saying it don't make sense. Y'all, I can't believe y'all let that man call y'all black bitches. Because it didn't happen. I would have never went along with that. I would have never agreed to keep that quiet. I'm being for real. I never would have went along with that. If it don't make sense, it's a lie. Okay? Now I'm getting to, I got You saying what I had to say? Then I got down. Well, Grish got up there. Now this is her version of the story. Okay, she said that she was getting the child dressed. That Lady K was getting the child dressed, and the child pulled out the Bluetooth. And she said that she was trying to, she did everything that she could to stop the child from hearing it. Yeah, some kind of way it got disconnected. I, I don't know, but it got pulled out of her ear. And she said she was scurrying, trying to turn it off or whatever. And she said she hit her head on the whatever. And she said that in between her, the kid pulling the thing out of her ear, and when she was trying to disconnect it, that the kid heard her about her being retarded. That's when South Patrick was saying something about being retarded. And then she was saying, that she went on and continued to get the child dressed and everything. She tried to stop it, and the little girl heard that being retarded, and then she hit her head, trying to turn the Bluetooth out, the earpiece or the Bluetooth, whatever, out. And she said that she called the school, but earlier, Lady A said she had called 4 times, but now she's saying that the lady called the school, and everything's supposed to be okay. And she said Grish said that the husband heard this too. So evidently the husband was in the room, from what the story Grish said, that the husband heard that when Sour Patch was talking crazy to Lady A. And then on Envy said that Lemon threw me and Ghetto in it. He didn't say that Top Beans and Cornbread threw us in it. He said Lemon threw me and Ghetto in it when he had, he seen me in the chat and called me up there. And when me and him was talking about what happened while he was asleep, because now we had Lemons. Okay, when Lemon was talking about it, I was in the chat speaking and stuff, and he said, yeah, Miss Paulette was there, and Ghetto was there. Because I was there. But I didn't have no idea that Beans and Cornbread had called Lemon before his live and told him not to say anything. That it wasn't going to come out on YouTube. That's what Lemon said now. He said that they talked on the phone for about 40-some minutes. He said he was out wanting to make Walmart, to get something to eat. I think at KFC. He had things to do, but he was talking to Sour Patch, Beans and Cornbread while he was doing it. He said that Beans and Cornbread had contacted him and said that get in touch with me. It's urgent. And so that's why he called her, because she said that she needed to talk to him and it was urgent. He had missed her call. And when he got on the phone with her, then she told him her version of what happened in Discord. And Lemon was going to call Sour Patch because she made a big deal. I don't know what else she told Lemon, but whatever she told Lemon about the retardation and all of that, and Lady A was upset, and I don't know what else she said to Lemon. Then Lemon said he was going to call Sour Patch and get on Sour Patch ass, which Lemon, you don't need to be getting on nobody's ass about how they drag nobody. That was Sour Patch fight. That ain't your fight. Them ladies are using you as a tool to go at Sour Patch. You have nothing to say about them women getting into it. And you wasn't there. You was asleep. It's not your job to correct grown people out here moving around YouTube. If you start doing that, you're gonna have a long road to hoe. Cause I dare you to come up in my face saying something to me about anything when I'm dragging a bitch. I ain't got to explain to nobody what the fuck I do. And I mean it. I'm being as serious as I can about that. And I want people to go back and tell you what I'm saying. But I've told you you're not gonna tell me what to do. I said that the other night on your live on YouTube. You can't control me. Sour Patch trying to use Cornbread trying to use you as a tool against me and against Ghetto. Cause she calling you on the motherfucking phone, running her motherfucking mouth about me. I don't call nobody on here. And how I move on YouTube is how the fuck I'm gonna move, and ain't nothing nobody can do about it. I'm not gonna fight Sour Patch for them whores. I'm not gonna lie to go along with them. I don't have to. And anybody, y'all ain't got to believe me. I don't give a damn. You can believe whatever you want to. This America. But I'll tell you one damn thing. I'll go to my grave and I'll constantly say that man didn't call us no black bitches. Now, all the other shit y'all got going on with Sour Patch and Mika, I don't give a fuck. Like I said, I ain't on nobody's side. But I'm not gonna go along with a lie. I'm not gonna do that. And plus it was another application. Another website. It ain't got nothing to do with YouTube. What going in Discord. I be on Twitch. They ain't making no hair over there. Broadway didn't move to Twitch for peace of mind. But a lot of the YouTube stuff rolls over there because it's YouTubers over there. That's on any of these damn sites, whatever one you go to. And I used to say I was never going to leave off of YouTube, but I did because, they went over to Twitch. But y'all take this shit too serious. You shouldn't be out of breath and mad. I'll kick your ass. You ain't kicking my ass, Sour Patch. And we went to Discord that night you weren't talking that shit because I told you I'd break your neck. That shit you were doing on YouTube, I don't know what the fuck you were talking about whooping my ass. There ain't nothing that serious between me and you. You weren't saying that in Discord that night when y'all was attacking Sour Patch. You weren't saying that when I was calling y'all black bitches in Discord. But you gonna come out here on YouTube and make Lemon put me down and you glad like you gonna give him $100 and you can get up there and talk about kicking my ass off? I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you. I don't know what the fuck is on your mind. But I suggest you and them ladies stand down when it comes to me. Because I'd be damned if you do me like you doing, y'all doing Sour Patch. I'd be fucking damned if you do me like you doing Mika. I'd be fucking goddamn if I allow it. And I'm that's as serious I can get you. Take that fucking however you want to take it. Okay? And all of this is because of a lie. that y'all worked up together in one of y'all discords or on the phone or whatever the fuck that y'all done worked up against Sour Patch. Now, if I wouldn't have been in that Discord that night and y'all said the man called her a black bitch, called y'all black bitches, I wouldn't, I couldn't say yeah or nay. I would, all I could say is I wasn't there. But I was there though. And Beans and Cornbread trying to tell me the fuck I wasn't. Mika was there. Now I don't know who all else was there. But it was several of us, but we was having a good time. For a change for Discord. It wasn't no complaining. It wasn't no I'm sick and it wasn't none of that kind of stuff. And it wasn't no you bitches and all that. We was having a good time. Just laughing and talking. And Sour Patch fucked around and went in there and told that man to say hi to us. Say hi to my bitches. He said, hey bitches. And somebody say, hey, I know he didn't call me no bitch. And then Sour Patch, oh, I'm sorry. Tell him you're sorry. He didn't mean it like that. That's exactly how the conversation went, Cornbread. And you know it. You are black lie. Y'all are black lying bitches, like I said in Discord and like I'm saying on YouTube. As long as y'all get up here with that goddamn lie, I will continue to call y'all black bitches. Lying black bitches. And I'm not going to change my stance on this situation. It's getting out of hand. It's getting legs on it. The husband in it. The daughter, the school in it. And talking about mandated reporting. And that's some bullshit. That is the biggest bullshit I ever heard of in my life. And RNY getting up there saying how that know that the daughter could hear because the goddamn lady K said the goddamn girl could hear in the motherfucking Discord. RNY. The woman was saying the girl could hear, and we were saying, what? I was like, shit, you can hear us? The way we talking, the way we cussing? Why are you doing that? That's what I was saying to Lady K, in that goddamn Discord. And the nerve of her to bring her ass out on YouTube and making it out to be a big ass play or waltz and shit. When, bitch, you were so tied up into the internet that you could not get your black ass off of that, or white ass, or Mexican. I don't know what kind of ass you got. But you couldn't take the time off to get your special needs daughter ready for school when you was putting them bows in her hair. Them bows, I was putting the bows on her hair. And I was, getting her shoes. You bump your head getting them shoes because you were so nosy. That Bluetooth come out your ear. I don't believe the Bluetooth came out your ear. I think you just put the motherfucker on speakerphone while you was getting the girl ready for school. That's all it was. And you put the crown on her head. And you let her get on the bus. That's what you said. So you had a crown on that child head, and you had bows on your child head, and you put a crown on top of that. Girl, bye. You had her looking like a fool. And I don't give a damn. And I said that you had her looking like a fool. She got bows on her head, a crown on her head. But that's what you said. That's how you say you sent her to school. You just as crazy as cornbread. Yeah, and I put a crown on. You hear me? Just ignorant. Well, I stayed and listened to Envy's live until the end. And Envy, you know, use a motherfucker. Now, Envy is gonna have Lady K on his channel to give her side in a safe place. And girl, they gonna do it on membership. You hear me, child? He taking up in the membership. They gonna take the membership. And if any of y'all got Envy's membership, please go over there and listen to it. Please tell me how the lie changed. Tell me more, okay? Cause the husband in the child, y'all hear me? This is so ignorant. If anybody in here got Envy membership, get it. Now Envy was saying, and he was saying, "Damn it, Lemon," and he just was the biggest. And he was saying, "And Lemon, you need to quit saying that you are asleep." He was asleep, and a lot of times Lemon leave us in Discord, which ain't no big deal, and he go and he be fighting on somebody else's panel. And he'll leave because he'll say, "I'll be right back," and he don't come back for a long time. And they'll say, "Paulette, will you go out there and see if you can find him?" And then I'll come out here on YouTube and be looking to see who lied to see if I can find Lemon. And then I just go back in there and say, "Look, I couldn't find him." And then I'm saying, "I'm tired, I'm going to sleep." And then I'll find me somewhere else to go. You know what I'm saying? Because if they ain't talking about nothing, I'm going to go out of there. Like Lemon left YouTube the other night. I don't know what happened. I'm dying to know. But he left his live and he never did come back. And I just left. I sit there about 20 minutes and I said, "Shit, I'm getting up out of here." And I left. And I think Lolo was on stage and Krista. I think Teresa was up there for a while and she left first. And I got the hell out of there. But he was having phone problems. So I don't know if it's his phone or his internet. But he have been having problems. So, like he on that live, Rex, he let Rex up there like a fool. And Rex had the flow. And Rex was talking the filthiest. I am so disappointed in you, Rex. He was talking awful, awful, awful. And Lemon couldn't drop him. He couldn't drop him. And then he had to drop himself to get, he dropped himself and then he came back up and then he could drop Rex. But Rex was used to awful language, awful, awful. But Lemon couldn't put him down. Rex on had to flow. Do you hear me? It was a mess, honey. It was a mess. Let me see what else. Okay. And let me see. Okay, now what came out of Envy's is that Beans and Beans had a conversation after Beans had talked to Lemon about, "Hey, don't call South Patch. We'll talk about that in Discord and this and that. Lemon, please don't bring this out on YouTube. And you need to watch Lemon. You need to watch Ghetto, and you need to watch Paulette." Okay. Now Lemon thinking that we're not gonna discuss this on YouTube. After he talked to Beans, and I don't know if this before Beans went to Brenda's or not, I don't know. But Beans, in the meantime, Beans and Beans were talking, and they decided to bring this shit out on YouTube because they got irritated with Lemon. It's crazy. So when Lemon went live, and and Beans and Cornbread was acting crazy, and then she started talking about the stuff that happened in Discord. Lemon, you could have pushed him over with a feather, and that's why he went off and cussed Brent. I mean, Lady Lady K out so bad because it was agreed that they were. I mean, because Cornbread out so agreed not to discuss this on YouTube. And Cornbread brought it out here because her and Beans got irritated and decided to bring it out on YouTube. Lemon, you need to keep cleaning away people around you that don't mean good. Anybody that's constantly bringing you trouble, anybody that you constantly have to explain about, you need to feed them a long handle spoon. This is ridiculous. Especially if my name got put up in it. And I don't appreciate it. But they got too much power over you. They got too much. You are too easy to access. You need to, when you log off, that's your time. You don't owe Cornbread no 45 minutes to talk to you on the phone. You don't owe Sour Patch an hour to talk to you on the phone. It ain't that serious. They ought to have something better to do than to mess with your everyday life. You giving 6 and 7 hours on YouTube of your life, and then you giving hours in Discord, and then trying to take care of your business and your personal life, and trying to go on these different panels and trying to get content to talk about on your live. You don't owe nobody your personal time. I wouldn't do it. I'm not gonna do it. I don't fool with none of these folks, child. And the less people you contact with, the less problems you'll have on YouTube, I think. And I don't know who all you talk to off of YouTube or anything like that, or who, emailing you or whatever. You're gonna break down. And it shouldn't be that hard. You got people that's got too much access to you. Now, I can see a couple of people that you have in your corner, but this too much. This too much. I wouldn't put you through that. I don't want to put no content creator through that. Like Tracy, I don't talk to her on the phone. I don't email her. I don't bother Tracy. Now, if it's something I just urgent got to talk to her about, I go on one of her old lives and I'll send her a message like that. And I hadn't done that in a long time. I hadn't done that in years. Because it's not that important. But if it was something I thought that she need to know urgent, that's how I would get the message to her. I would go and, that's just the way I do. And if she see it, she see it. If she don't, she don't. I be through with it. And then I'll go and give her enough time if she look at it or not, or if she don't send me a message back, or if she do send me a message back, I go back to that live and I erase the message out of there. That's how that's how I do it. But like I said, I hadn't done that in years. Ain't nothing been that serious, that urgent with Tracy. It used to be, it was a lot of people against something back in the day. It ain't like that now. So, you know, I'm just being for real. That's the way I move on YouTube. Hey, Sherry Berry. Let me speak to these folks, child. Hey, the unfiltered Muffy. I've been so rude, but I want to give y'all a step by step on this bullshit that's going on YouTube with concerning the Discord. And just step by step, I took it slow. And on that, I'm not going to be going to look at no more lives, concerning this matter, because they telling lies, they telling more lies, and they just add on to it. And I want you to see the steps that I was going through to see what these fools were saying and how the lie changed concerning the child. Had grown legs after legs after legs. I let y'all know when I was in Discord what was said in that live. Then I went to Brenda's, 2 lives. Then I went to Envy. And then I went to Lemon. And that's how the thing grow legs. Now, what Lemon talk about tonight, I don't know. But I just want to take my time and go step by step and let you guys know. I know it took 2 hours, which I could have said more, but I think I got you guys in on enough. And I went as slow as I could, as plain as I could, just plain old country talking and not doing it fast, jibber jabbering in line. And I'm saying the same thing, and I could continue to say the same thing. Them some lying black bitches, and beans included, 2Ps included, chit chat included. Now, Buddha, I ain't gonna say nothing on you yet. Beans and cornbread. I'm calling their names out. And y'all in cahoots in different settings that y'all be in, and y'all making up a bunch of bullshit and involving Lemon. Now it's involving me. And I'm not going to go with a lie. Okay? And it is what it is. Hey, Claudia, girl. Hey, Davin. Davin be seeing, a lot of stuff. The Unfiltered Muffy see a lot of stuff. 2300 Jackson Street. People that's been here forever. Tracy, see stuff. You don't like Twitch diving? I love it, girl. But I still don't understand it, a lot of it. But girl, they was dragging over there earlier, and the captains, honey, it was going down. But I said I had to come on here and do my live. They've been doing a lot of P-bombing. I heard Pizza got P-bombed, and I heard King did that. Mysterious got P-bombed today. Somebody else. But I think, if any content creators in here listening to this, y'all need to be on high alert, because they are P-bombing. It settles down. It can pick back up, child. I don't know if anybody would do that. That is so dumb. And I put a note to New Era King last night, this morning on over at Mahia's. You know how I be speaking to have everybody in the box together. And when I added New Era King, I put, did you pump P-bomb pizza? And if so, why? And he never did. He never did, get back to me. But when I was at Captain's, it come out over there, and they think he the one that P-Bomb mysterious tonight. Hey, Bird, I heard Kim had used your name, child, to call Sour Patch. Now, see, people got too much time on it. I ain't got time for them kind of game. I don't have time for them kind of game. You know? And see, to me, that's harassing. You know, people from YouTube calling you like prank calls and stuff. I ain't got time for that. I think that's juvenile and childish, and I'm not gonna. You're not gonna. Ain't nobody who gonna do me like that. Like I said, I don't fool with these folks. You know, I'll talk my shit on here, and honey, when I close this computer up, it's over for the night. Until tomorrow, child. Trying to make sure I spoke to everybody. Didn't many people come in here, but that's okay. Okay, let me see. But yeah, honey, them women are. It's a group of them. They just lying and keeping up mess. And see, like when they get really bad at Discord, I just get out. But this time, I'm staying to the end on this one. But it's been other people with incidents in the Discord. But to me, it's not this bad. But I think a lot of them people that's involved in this mess was involved in that other mess. Hey, count me. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to ask Lemon about that. Let's have we go in Discord. Are any of the people that's involved in this mess, was they involved in that other mess that went on? Because I bagged all the way out. I got out because it was too much, too many people I didn't care for, and I didn't want to argue and stuff, and so I just left out before it got real bad. But this time I didn't bag out of it. But I didn't know it was gonna get like this, because this time to me is bad. But I don't know. I just hate it turned racial. I just hate that because I don't really deal with racial stuff. I don't be around people that be doing that. I don't be around people that be calling the N word. Other races calling us Yins and all that. I ain't got time for that. And I don't like to be around people that hurl it to other, you know, the other people like the Mexicans or Chinese and stuff. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. But that's just me. I the world is hard enough without doing all that stuff. I just don't like it. And Bird, that has happened to me before back when people used my name to P-Bomb a lot. They used to use my name to P-Bomb a lot. Now it's not like that so bad now. For a while, it was happening in the B sector years ago, and then it started happening over in the Mode 3 sector. But it haven't happened like that in a while, about a year. But they was using me, the P-Bomb over there, and it don't feel good when somebody you doing that under your name, you know. Oh, Sherry Berry want the link. Let me see if I can figure out how to do it, y'all. I hadn't done it in so long. Let me see. I think. I think. Wait a minute. Let me see. I ain't dropped my link in so long, child. I don't know if she got it. I think I put it in there right. Child, I ain't dropped my link. I was paying for StreamYard. I don't pay for this shit no more. Cause I was never dropping the link. Sherry Berry. Oh, okay.
Am I up there yet?
Hey, Sherry Berry.
Hey, baby.
How you doing?
I just came up here because you just up here and I wanted to start some shit in your house.
What started? Let's turn it up, girl.
Well, let's turn this motherfucker up. Fuck what on. Don't laugh. See, you making me laugh, Pauline. I
Do,
can't. I
have you been acting good or have you been a clown?
You know I've been acting and showing my whole entire behind.
Was you over at Captain's earlier?
Nah, I was so mysterious.
Where
Yeah, me and Freaky C acted a donkey.
where was y'all at his place?
And mysterious
Oh,
stuff.
I heard all hell broke loose over there.
I was over there
I
being
missed
so
it.
ooh, I acted a donkey.
They
Ballet.
say they say y'all acted a damn fool over there.
I did. I told him he wasn't a good enough pimp. You punk motherfucker. I don't
Well,
laugh about that. I ain't even lying. I said I'm finna divorce my husband. I
man.
did. I did. I was over there then. Woo came up. You know. Ooh, I acted a fool.
I heard y'all turn mysterious out. I heard mysterious said that she just stopped her laugh. She said I couldn't take the shit no more.
No, I actually got down and they was still talking and doing what they was doing, but I had enough and
But
I
they
got
say
down.
DG them got up there.
Yeah, DG got up there. You know that's one of
And
my
they
yeah,
say
he
the
got up.
DG them that they tore it up. And Mysterious said she had enough and she shut the lab down, honey. And I ain't never heard her to do that.
Well, by the time DG came up, I started arguing. So I was up there for a little while and then I got down and I don't know what happened after that.
Well, I'm gonna
I
have to. I hope it's still up, cause see, I missed all of that, cause I was over at the Captain.
yeah, see, I wasn't over there, Miss Pauline.
Well, they
I
was
was
clowning over there. They brought the
yeah,
show over to. They brought the show over there, and they was acting a big fool. And I said, Lord, let me get my live out the way, cause I need to talk about what I need to talk about tonight, because I'm just want to be dead with this shit. But
I had to go see what the captain was talking about.
girl, that was
What
good. They was throwing down over that DJ and Eve and Big Baby, honey. They was acting a fool. They were buying
oh,
each other down and all of that.
I gotta go see that. I got to go see that.
Now, did you go by Mahia's this morning?
I was by Mahaya's for a minute. It depends on which part you talk about, but
I was
I
I was there about 3 o'clock this morning when CB was up there and she was saying that man was gonna kill her.
I'm done with that shit.
Yeah, I am
I'm
too.
I'm done with
And
that
that's
shit.
another reason I went live, because she wound up hitting that panel on Captains. And I said, well, let me go on over here and do my live, because I didn't want to hear that. Because she had told about, don't let my enemies come to my funeral. He gonna kill me and all of that. And I shut the computer off. I said, I can't deal with this. And I just, and I
He
will
gonna
never leave my
kill
head.
you. Die today. Die, bitch.
Girl,
Die today.
I, they
If you
going
don't,
crazy.
just go ahead and
'Cause
die.
she was saying about her daddy was doing it to 88 and stuff over there at
Oh my.
357 the other day, talking about incest. And I left there.
But why would you like never know, man? Why
And
would you
then
do that? You
and
little
then talking about
ignorant.
that man gave she had the wrong one and gave her the HIV, that it was really the guy she was living with. And that,
That nigga, whatever his name is, cause Paulette, I swear to God, I was listening. You know I'm no. I was listening and he said, go to my Facebook page. I went to his Facebook page. That nigga been talking about HIV since the
for
90s.
years, for years.
And
Cause I'm
you
gonna,
know I'm a nosy old bitch.
you know, I'm a nosy old bitch girl. You know, I'm a nosy old bitch too. Now you hear me? When people say go over there and look, I goes over there and look.
Absolutely, I will. I be like,
Absolutely.
you told me to look.
Yeah, you told me to look, and now y'all don't want me to talk about what I seen. They get on my nerves, Sherry Bear.
Don't
And then
let
they
them get on your nerves.
then
Don't
they'll
let
cuss you out if you say something.
fuck them. I'll cuss them back the fuck out.
Me
Who the
too.
fuck?
That's what I've been doing lately over here in the beach sector, girl.
Who are you? I don't know who you got in the argument with. I wanted to hit the panel so bad. I think it was Biff or somebody. But you got up there. I was like, she got it. She got
Yeah, I
it.
got it.
I
But
really wanted to hit that link and be like, who in the fuck?
I be holding my own the best I can. Ain't
Don't
nobody read me off.
disrespect your elders, you little punk motherfucker.
Yeah, but no, they don't have to, cause I don't know them and they don't know me. But I don't take no shit off of nobody on here.
They ain't know you that day because Paulette hit that link and she was like, who the fuck did you think
Yep.
you was talking?
Well, sometimes people reach down in the chat and cuss me out, and they do that. I hit that goddamn link. You ain't
I was
cuss me
so
and
proud
call
of
me
you.
out like my name.
I was so proud of you, Paulette, because you hit that link and you represented don't disrespect your elders.
Yeah, don't be talking about me because I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't lying for you. I don't know you. And you said that, I tell them, I cuss a bitch out on here. But I don't do it a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to have no
I
stroke on here,
do.
girl.
I
But
do it a whole lot. I
I
do it a
like to
whole
see you doing it, girl. You a good one. You a good. You hear me? But you give, honey. You be clowning. I like to hear you go.
all bad cousin. But I was so proud of you when you hit that link and you was like, who in the fuck you thought you was talking to? I didn't mean to say it like that, Paul.
It's the truth. That's what I be saying. Who the fuck you think you talking to? Shit, you got me fucked up. You better find you somebody else to play with, because I ain't the one. You know what I'm saying? I ain't the
Yeah,
one.
absolutely I do. You was
Yeah, because I ain't
like,
gonna be bullied on here. I'm not gonna get bullied, and I'm gonna say
I,
what I
I
want to say.
was like, oh shit. I felt like I was in trouble. And I know I'm grown. I'm like, oh my damn.
Yeah, but I enjoy you. I enjoy seeing you on the panel. I like to see you and Jackie them joking around.
Yeah, you know Jackie, my baby.
Uh huh.
I took Jackie and Big Baby out, but
Yep.
not how people think
Some
I
big
be
old
coming.
babies. I
Yeah,
like them. I like them young ladies.
I call them a bunch of fucking raggedy ass bitches.
Uh huh. And then they be saying, "I don't want to cuss you back." That's what Jackie be telling me, and I be saying, "Come on." And then we'll get into it, go back and forth. That make me feel good. And they be saying, I
Yeah,
don't want to talk to you like that. And you be saying, give it to me, give it to me.
shut up, bitch. With your dumb ass. That's what I
Oh,
be talking. You
it being
dumb young.
fun though. It being fun. It don't be like you mad at them or nothing.
No, I ain't got no reason to be mad at them, Miss Paulette.
Do you
You
still go in that other sector, the Manosphere?
I be over there. I just cussed a couple of niggas out in the manosphere.
You love it over there. You love going over there.
Well, I can tell you this, Miss Paulette. They like to use the Bible to say women should
Yeah,
submit, and I throw
right,
up
right.
a couple of Bible verses that I know. It ain't like I don't know
Hmm.
my Bible. I was born in the '60s,
Right.
and that's all we had was church,
Yep.
work, and home.
Yep. That's it. It wasn't this internet and everybody didn't got cars and all of that. The world was different. You
Absolutely.
know,
So
it
when
was
they
different.
try to use the Bible against women, I get a little offended.
Right. Because
You
you
know?
know what you know.
And I throw, see, like they'll say a Bible verse, but I throw up the scripture with the
Hmm.
Bible.
Correct.
You can find it right here. That's where you can find it. I think what was the last Bible verse I threw up? 15:1 is the wrath. If you speak with wrath, it will cause anger or something. I can't remember.
Hmm.
But you know what I'm trying to say. If you know,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah, that was, I think that was Ephesians 15
They
and
be
1.
twisting it around though.
Yeah, what is that called? I can't pronounce that word. This is Genesis or
Yeah, Genesis.
where you take the Bible and make it your own.
Yeah.
I think as I'm trying to get there,
But I don't,
Paula.
I don't, I don't listen to that. I don't want. I don't even want to argue with people. You know what I'm saying? Cause I have my beliefs. You know what I'm saying? I know what I was raised with.
Yeah, but it be right at the tip of my tongue. I love
Mhm.
to argue, and I don't mind cussing your black ass the fuck
Well, I know you like it over there. I don't really
up.
care for it over there. Cause
But
I don't
Miss
like the. I don't
Paulette,
like the man supposed to be the boss, and then
you
if these
got
niggas ain't
so
got
much
shit,
wisdom,
you ain't
Miss
able to
Paulette.
survive. You
I
can't
be
provide.
y'all to go over there with me. I be begging y'all, Miss Paulette, you got so much wisdom and so much.
I ain't got time.
They couldn't
I don't
even
feel
mess
like that.
with you. They can't mess with you because you gonna come with so much knowledge. Like,
I don't. I
and
don't want to. I don't want to. I ain't. I ain't got time.
please,
No
it's
way.
for what
But
you
you know
gonna
what I
come.
thought about Sherry. Now,
Okay.
what I would like to do is have like maybe like once a month where we get together, the ladies and the young ladies, and we could talk about our bodies, how your body changes over your lifetime, like from when you young. Cause a lot of ladies that's on here now, they going through the change and they don't know why their
Yeah,
attitudes changing, and know to give them some guidance on what to look for
because
in the
I
different
grew up
cycles
here
of
in
our life.
America. I done been through the change. I grew
Me
up here.
too.
I
And
swear
see,
to
I didn't
God.
know I was so mean, and I didn't know why my moves was swinging and stuff.
Yeah, I can understand that because I've been through that too.
Yeah, and they give the ladies heads up mess your relationship up. Because sometimes the men will leave you when you going through that because you get mean, irritable,
I
and you don't
most
know why.
definitely have went through that stage, Paulette. He running water right now. I'm glad he's still here, but fuck him if he leaves. But I definitely have been
Yeah,
through that,
and the men
and
be going through. We
I
take them
can tell
through
you
hell,
my
don't we?
worst time was I would have hot flashes,
Yep.
and he would be, and I'd be like, "Get the fuck up on out my face for real."
Yeah, get out of
'Cause
my face. I can't stand you.
yeah,
I'm serious. I would be so mean, and the man, he would be so nice and so good to me, and I would be so mean, you know, and I couldn't help it, and I had to talk myself down,
and
and
then
it's
the
hard to
next,
come off the cliff, ain't it?
the next minute, all I wanted to do was do the oochie coochie with him. I love
Yeah,
you.
you know, I
You
want to hug
love
on him
me, you little bitch.
and be nice, and the next minute that old devil jump back in you.
I promise. I know what that feel like. I
I'm
promise I do.
serious. You have to talk to yourself. You have to talk yourself off the cliff. It's hard to go through that. And some women lose their mind. Some women lose their mind going through it. And
Well, I
it's,
can't lie. I probably lost mine, Miss Paulette.
yeah, I did too.
I probably did, but because I think at this point, what we talk about, it took a strong ass man to still
To want
maintain.
you. Yep, to still be
Yeah,
there and want you.
yeah, it
Cause,
took a strong ass
cause
man
you give
because I
it
was ignorant.
they get hell. You know when you're going through that, they catch hell. And I think men should talk about that too. Uh with the younger guys, that how women, our bodies change and our attitudes, and we have so many cycles in our life, and I'm sure the guys do too. I'm sure they go through things like that, but
You
I
know
think they need to
what?
talk to the younger men so they'll be prepared in their mind. My woman going through this and she can't help it,
My
and I got.
son walked in the house and said, "Mama, why is my daddy freezing? I had the house so goddamn cold."
He stayed with outside. I
He
had
said,
mine.
he said, "Mama,
Mine was so cold, girl. The floors and stuff would be cold. But floors would be like ice, and you be cold one minute and hot the next, sweating. Then you get cold and cover up. Then you sweating. But my first heat hot flash, I had it at work, and I thought I was dying. I could. I was like, oh, I'm so hot. I can't. And it helped me get to the bathroom, girl. I went in there and I stripped naked. And I told him, y'all give me some towels, wear me some towels. And I had just water rolling off of me. I said, "Give me some clean towels. I can't breathe. I can't breathe." And this lady said, "Calm down. You having your first hot flash.
how old
It's
was
gonna."
you? If you don't mind me asking.
I was like
I mean, in your
40.
40s,
I was in my 40s, early 40s.
what does they call that? What do they call that? It's pre something.
I call it pre. I almost died.
Pre, it's not pre-menstrual. Is it
That's
pre-menstrual?
what it is. But
It's
girl, I had that
something.
hot flash and I thought I was dying. I went in that bathroom. They wheeled me in the bathroom in my chair because I, worked in the office. They wheeled me out there, honey, in that bathroom chair, and I stripped as soon as I got in that stall. And I told them, "Hey, I some paper towels and give it to me." And honey, I was just putting that water out over my body, just putting it over my body,
I was
trying to
so
cool
mad.
off. because they thought they
I
had
was so
to
mad.
call the ambulance on them.
My son had to jump in. He was like, "Mama,
Premenopause.
you ain't gonna do my son, my daddy like that." I was so mean. I, I was.
Yeah, you
It
can't
wasn't
help it
funny.
until
And
you
he
get
was
some.
like, "Mama."
They got medicine for it though.
I promise my son walked in here like I'm gonna have to fight my own mama. I'm gonna have to fight you, mama. You ain't
This
gonna do my daddy like
this person say this woman left her husband, quit her
that.
husband and her job. You know, I'm serious. Your mood swings are so bad. You know, and
It
you just
was,
lash out.
and I
You just
wasn't trying
lash
to hear
out. You know.
it. Fuck you, nigga. I ain't trying to hear that shit.
Yeah, I ain't want
And
to
he
hear
like,
nothing.
it's not hot in here, baby. You okay? It's hot to me. Yeah.
Well, honey, I'm through with that. I got over that hurdle, and I'm glad.
My son and my niece. It was my son and my niece. They followed. They said you need some estrogen. You need and
Yeah.
they. You know what I'm talking about, man. You know,
Mhm.
'cause I promise my only son was like, "Mama, you ain't gonna keep punking on my daddy. Fuck you and your daddy."
Girl, don't you punk up down. It can
I
last for
know.
years. It can last for years.
Yes,
But I went
yes.
through you and the first symptom of it is that you'll start being like hot at night and cold. You know,
Mhm.
like wake up
I
and you say, "Ooh, I'm hot."
I
But
used to
when you had that first big one, now my sister
at
went through it for a long time. I
night,
mean,
Miss
for a
Paulette,
long
I
time.
would be hot but cold and breaking out in sweats. You know them
Yep,
night.
nice sweats.
Yeah, I'd be like, I ain't even hot. Why I'm sweating?
Mine used to hit me about 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yep. Yep.
I would break out in sweats. I wake up sweaty, and I mean just clammy, wet.
Just feeling like I used to get up and try to take a shower, and he'd be like, "Why you keep getting in the tub? Why you keep?" Because I feel like I stink.
Yep, you feel dirty. You know, because you be so clammy all the time, and then you dry off, and then it happen again. As soon as you get
Go
settled,
right back to it.
then here come another one, and you jump back in the shower.
Yeah, I used to
Yep.
try so hard to, but my worstest point that I can honestly say, I was a mean bitch. Still am.
I was, you know, when they
I
sit back and really think about it, it's crazy how much the body goes through from birth to death, and that's the truth. For especially for women now,
yeah,
because we going through, as a young girl, then you start having periods, and your breasts. So you start getting your breasts first, then you start having periods, and it goes on and on and on. Your body is study going through stuff, childbirth, you know, study going on and on. And
Paulette, I think that would be a good conversation.
yeah, cause see, I'm serious. Our bodies change constantly. A woman from being a girl to getting breasts, then and plus it help you raise your girls. For the younger ladies that's having girls, you will
Well,
know
I
what to
don't have
look
girls.
for.
I got all boys. I
You
don't
got
have girls.
boys, yeah, but see, I had a girl and a boy, and then I got granddaughters.
Well, I
So
got granddaughters and
I have to
great.
know, the cycles that they going through. I have to be prepared to, to teach them
Yeah,
how to
that's why.
take care of your body. Your little girl need to do this and you do that, deodorant. You know, the stages when they get that deodorant. And for the boys, when they voice change and they getting her on their face and all of that.
Yeah,
You got to know how to prepare yourself for those different steps with your child. You know, just to help these little young ladies along.
I think you saying the right thing, Miss Paulette. I do, because
Hmm.
even though I'm a mother of boys, I would want uh for the girls that my sons meet know how to deal, with what they're
Hmm.
going.
And see, like I say, you got granddaughters. You can help them along on how to do, different changes in their bodies. Because their mama might not know this going on.
Yeah, because back in my day, only thing my grandmother told me, you smelling yourself.
Yeah, you smelling yourself. Are you fast? You getting fast. And it will be a good thing too for you to tell the ladies that have young men, mothers of sons, the stages that a man go through because you got boys, you got more than one, and like when they was getting their little hair on their face and all that, plus they had a
I
daddy
hate
there,
what they
but
little did.
you knew the
Yes,
stages your boys was going through
yes, they did.
up
I
until now.
honestly tell you, as a mother of boy, when he get his first piece of coochie, he gonna turn him. Well, like, you don't know shit. You ain't my
Yeah,
mama no more. You don't know shit.
they smell their little ass then, don't they?
I call it smelling they little dick. Okay, I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go.
Yeah, they
You
get
go.
them a little piece of tail, they lose their mind.
They do. I
They
was
grown
like,
then.
I couldn't believe it. Probably my very
Yeah, be
first
helpful for the
one.
single mothers. Yeah.
I
You
love the
remember
hell of
RE?
it. Huh?
You remember RE? You remember
Who is
RE?
R.E.
They
what?
used to she died. She used to be in the black sector.
I don't know her.
Well, we were supposed to do stuff like that. Once a month, like have a show. Cause see, I was just a subscriber, but she had a small channel, and she wanted me and her to do something like that. You know, like having telling women it changes their body go through and all that. You know, for the younger ladies,
Yeah.
because some
And
some of these girls don't have mothers. You know what I'm saying? And they don't have a clue of what their body's gonna go through.
I think it's a absolutely good idea because like my mama, I guess she was generational curses is what I would call it. But
Mm.
she she wasn't talking to me like that. Like I just went through it and
Yeah,
I thank
yeah, you just went through it. That's what I'm saying. But now they don't have to go through it because people are more open and talk about different things. Sex, we talk more openly. You know what I'm saying?
but I think is fair and what you think is right because if you like say I had somebody to explain it to, just the only thing that stopped me from being a mean nasty bitch was my son. He walked
Yeah.
in, mama, you ain't gonna keep talking to my daddy.
They had to take up for their daddy.
Yeah, he took
Hey,
up
Lady
for it.
Sparkles.
He
But
did.
yeah,
I was like, fuck
well, honey,
you.
I got to get off here. You ain't gonna keep me up here all night because I know I'm missing something out here in these streets. Because
Oh,
I've been
okay.
live almost 3 hours, child. I'm finna hit the highway. But Sherry, you come anytime you over here and you want me to hit, you want to hit the link, you're more than welcome to.
Okay, Miss Paulette. And when you want to start the conversation about women growing old and what we go
I'm I,
through,
I'm a like when I get ready to do that live, I'm a schedule it. That way, if you want to come, you have time to look at it and stuff. Oh,
okay.
Sir Keena cuss Lemon out. Cause well, I wonder what he cussed him out for.
I still ain't been cussed out women on this panel. I need to go over there and see if I can cuss that good.
I ain't cussed him out either. Like I said, I don't want to get to that level with Lemon because I like Lemon, but I will get him if I have to. You know,
Well, I want to
but
cuss,
he
Miss
ain't did
Paulette.
nothing to me yet.
Well,
Get
he
him,
did
get him,
that to me. I want to cuss
get him
him.
the next, get him the next time he go live.
Okay.
You hear me?
Share it at
Uh,
me.
Give him a roundhouse kick.
Okay. I'll be right over there to cuss his ass
yeah,
out. Fuck you, Lemon.
yeah, cuss him out real good.
You sour patch bastard. Okay.
You don't like
I'm
South Pass?
ready
I
to
like. I
start. I'm
ain't got
ready
nothing
to
for her,
start.
and I ain't got nothing against her. I like her. As long as she treat me nice, I don't have no problem with her.
Miss Paulette, I'm going to get down from here. I
He
don't know.
said it was disgusting how he talked to Tracy and Jeff Crystal. Yeah, he talked to him pretty rough, but he don't talk to me like that. But see, I don't go up there a lot too. You know, you have to know. Like sometime when Lemon, I can tell like at the very beginning of his life what kind of life it's gonna be. You know, because sometimes you could tell he is mad, and I ain't gonna sit up there on the panel. He be saying shut up and all that kind of stuff. Nope, mm-mm. You know, and that's why I don't go up there a lot because I ain't. You ain't finna start cussing me. But I keep it cordial with him. And I really appreciate you guys for coming to spend time with me, child. Lemon gets drunk and you have to leave. Honey, you could tell sometimes he'll say, I had me a couple of shots before I started. That's what he said the other day. And I put in the chat, oh shit. He said, no, Paul, I ain't gonna do nothing. I said, oh shit. But I didn't hit that pounder, child. I hardly ever hit his panel because I don't want to be up there when they do it. Hey, Shaquila. Yeah, I know what he acting a fool, honey. And y'all, Rex hit that panel the other day and he talked so nasty. And Lemon, his phone was messing up and he couldn't drop him. He had to drop himself and then come back and drop him. It was awful, the things he was saying. I am so disappointed in Rex. And I never knew I knew he could talk nasty, but not like that. And he might cuss me out, but I'm gonna talk to him about that too. You know, wherever I see him at, if he ain't too drunk, I'm gonna let Rex know. But they say that Rex, yeah, about his niece, it was awful. But you know what? Uh, YouTube cameras one time he talked real nasty to her like that. Yeah, Rex. Uh, he talked to her like that, and she made him apologize. She wouldn't even look at him for a long time, and he had to grovel and apologize to her because she was saying, "Ain't nobody never talked to me like you talk to me." You know, it was that bad with her and him. And see, he got like that the other night at Lemons, and that's the first time I seen it like that. The filthy things he was saying to Lemon about his little niece. And the little girl is a little bitty girl. See, I missed it when he talked to YouTube camera like that. But she was mad at him for a long time. But it's some things people can't come back from with me on here. I don't have to deal with you. You know what I'm saying? I don't never have to talk to you again. And I don't want him to ever talk to me like that. Like the things he was saying the other night and how I heard he talked to YouTube cameras. I don't he he better not never do that. It's some things we can't you can't say you sorry to me. You know, it's I'm for real. I will never talk to you again. And that's how I do people in my real life. I tell them this is our last conversation, the last time you'll ever talk to me. You know, and it be drawn in stone. I don't want nothing from you, nothing. You know, I ain't got no hate for you, but you will never be in my grace again. Never. And it's not me, the people that walk the earth that I have done that to, but they know and I know that this is our last conversation we'll ever have. And that's how I end it, you know? Mm-mm. But that's just the way I do it. You know what I'm saying? It's like maybe three people, that walk the earth that I've done like that. I mean, nothing. Yeah, you can't say you sorry. No, you can't. And I don't want to be pressured on YouTube to apologize to anybody. I ain't apologizing to nobody on here. Because if I say it, I mean it. Okay? If I say it, I mean it. And I ain't backpedaling and pussy popping about it. You know, I'm not gonna ever go low on nobody, real low, unless you go real low with me. But if it get like that, it's enough said, ain't that right? We can move around. YouTube. You ain't got to talk to me ever again. Never got to talk to you again. It ain't that serious. But I'm gonna get up off of here. I've been on here almost 3 hours, child. And thank y'all for listening to me. Yeah, I just had to get that shit out about the lies that were being told and adding to the story and adding to the story. And the ladies are just liars and they will constantly be black bitches, black lying bitches to me. Okay? And like I said, I really appreciate you guys for coming to spend time with me. Ooh, child. I wonder what Lemon gonna be talking about the next time he come on. Ooh, child. And y'all say Sir King cussed him out. Ooh, child. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.